So your history is absolutely fascinating. What are some of the lessons that you've learnt from your previous career into your current role that you find useful?
So current role, what I do in most of the days is to learn about medical condition, learn about risks. So you have to research around the medical literatures. You have to understand bits about like data, statistics, relating to risks, mortality, morbidity rate, and hazard ratio, and all that kind of things. So without my experience through masters, and I also did a PhD in pediatric, I probably wouldn't have done this role as efficiently I could have done. Yeah, so that was, I think, a big benefit from doing all these different kind of degrees and areas of medicine. Also, mental health is another thing. So in insurance, in managing customers, especially with mental health issues, plus disabilities, all these people who are categorized or who are in a protected class, we have to treat them fairly equally. And I think my experience studying mental health and understanding the nature of those conditions really helped me to know how best, but how better, at least, to manage our data set for those clients or customers.
Yeah, it means that the statistics become people. It's about understanding the people as well as just the numbers.
Exactly, I think so.
So you talked about managing your clients, but also how does having a team, especially a team of women, how does your management style apply to that?
So because I have worked in many different workplaces in Japan, in the UK, in a hospital, in a clinic, and in the corporate business, I have experienced different leadership styles and different management styles. When I think about the ideal leadership or management style, I think like what worked for me, what made me feel that I can do this job. So I think the leaders that I want to be is the leaders that the sort of my leaders in the past that who empowered me, who inspired me, who made me believe in me, and who is good at motivating me. Or even with that, maybe even without doing anything, that I feel motivated under those people because they are inspiring. So I want to be like that. And because I have a very outstanding team of medical professionals, I think medically trained people, they are self-motivated and they want to do the right thing anyway. So you don't have to do much actually to lead them or manage them. I think that my style is to try and support them, try to do the right thing myself so that hopefully in some way that they can be inspired, and make sure that they can talk to me anytime. Because another thing that I found it really helpful was that when I got stuck, this feeling of like reassurance that I have somebody that I could talk to. So but other than that, I hardly do much to try and lead them because they just do a great job, and I don't think they are their own leaders. They are they own their job and they don't need much from me. That's my style.
I bet you give them a lot more than you realise.
Thank you.
So I love the passion about when you talk about your team. What is it that you and your team are most excited to achieve this year?
So this year, we are on a new project. The project to design our automated risk rating system for life and critical illness, mainly in targeting Asian market. And myself, my team is a part of the project, which I think is very challenging, very exciting, very ambitious. So my team's contribution is obviously to build medical content of that product, and So yeah, my challenge this year, I think I'm pretty sure that I'm dedicated to make sure to contribute as much as possible from my medical background to this project. And outside of work, I have to make sure that I still manage good work-life balance because it's quite hard. It is hard. I think it's a really exciting project. I think currently in Asia, medical conditions are manually underwritten. Obviously, it's a long process involved. Cost-wise, it can be quite expensive. And sometimes insurers just apply blanket exclusion on those medical conditions. So what we are essentially trying to do is to improve the accessibility to life insurance policy, life insurance cover, and critical illness cover to those people who need it. And I'm not technical, and I don't really know much about finance, but my contribution is to make sure that we build a good product, good medical database that is fair, that is as accurate as possible, and overall improving accessibility is to improving customers' well-being or health, and that's my job is about as a doctor. So that's going to be my contribution and my team's contribution this year. It's a lot.
Yes, big challenge.